Why is everyone talking about Ceuta, the tiny city nobody told me about? Okay, so real talk. Just 2 or 3 days ago, if you had said the word Ceuta to me, I wouldn't have just stared at you blankly. But then it keeps popping up on YouTube, in the news, in headlines, people arguing about it online, and I finally stopped and looked into it. What actually is this place, and why does everyone suddenly care? So I did what I always do. I went down the rabbit hole, and friends, what I found was so much more interesting than I expected. Today I want to bring you along with me. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Christina Odiyo, and this channel is where I share my journey of faith, motherhood, and building a more intentional life as I work toward freedom of travel and a new chapter in life. Honestly, a story like this one is exactly why I love learning about the world right now, because so much of what I'm learning applies directly to everything that's going around the world, and to the fact that I love traveling and just life in general. Let's get into it. The first thing that broke my brain a little: Ceuta is in Africa, but it's Spain. I pulled up a map, and I'm not exaggerating. I did a double take. Ceuta sits on the northern coast of Africa, right on the border with Morocco, but politically it belongs to Spain, which means, and this is the part that really surprised me, it's part of the European Union. So you've got this small city physically standing on African soil, legally sitting inside Europe. That alone explains why it's such a sensitive, complicated place. Okay, so why does this matter for migration? Here is what clicked for me, because Ceuta is Spanish. It's a Spanish territory. For a lot of migrants, reaching it feels like reaching Europe. It's the closest possible point. Like, you don't need a boat crossing the open sea. Some people have literally swum or climbed the border fences just to set foot on that land. But what I did not understand, what I thought a lot of people don't either, reaching Ceuta is not the same as reaching mainland Spain. That was the first thing that came to my mind when I looked at the map of Ceuta and Africa and Morocco. There are still border checks, identity checks, legal immigration procedures. It's not like you cross into Ceuta and hop on the next ferry to Madrid. The system is still there, still working, still deciding. So I was wondering why Italy is even part of this conversation and why they're throwing such tantrums. This was the piece that made me realize this isn't just a Spain story. Italy has been dealing with huge numbers of migrants crossing the Mediterranean for years now, from a completely different direction. And because migration doesn't respect one country's borders, it affects the whole region. European leaders end up talking about it as one shared issue, not separate national ones. So when you hear Italy weighing in on something happening in Spain, it's not random. It's because Europe's external border is really everyone's border in a sense. What happens at one edge of the continent ripples through all of it. And the more I read, the more I realized this isn't really a story about a border. It's a story about history. I love history. About geography that puts a European city on an African coastline. I never even knew that such things, these are wonders of the world to me. It's about real people risking everything for the chance at a different life, and about governments trying to hold two things at once: compassion for people in desperate situations and the very real responsibility of managing who comes in and how. So it's not a simple thing to balance. And I don't think there's an easy answer, but I do think it's worth understanding instead of just scrolling past the headline. Here is why this hit differently for me. As someone who loves to travel, who loves the world, who loves Europe and the continent, stories like this remind me just how different every country's rules and history and challenges really are. It's easy to think of Europe like it's one thing, but it's not. Spain's relationship with immigration looks nothing like Italy's, which looks nothing like France. Country is carrying its own story, its own borders, its own weight. And that makes me even more grateful and honestly even more aware of what a privilege it is that some of us are able to move to different countries legally. Not everyone gets that, not even close. So now I want to hear from you. Before today, had you even heard of Ceuta? And out of everything I have shared, what has surprised you the most? I'd love for the comments to be a space where we can actually talk about things, even if we don't all agree. Immigration is a topic, a little like religion, where people feel strongly about, and that's okay. Let's just keep it respectful with each other. We can disagree and still be kind. If you love learning about Europe and the world, travel, immigration, and the real stories behind the headlines that we scroll past, this is exactly the kind of content that I love making. So I'd love for you to subscribe. Please subscribe and stick around for the journey. Comment, like. And my verse for today is the Lord watches over the foreigner and sustains the fatherless and the widow. This is Psalms chapter 146, verse 9. Trust God, take it one step at a time, and I'll see you in the next video. Once again, please like, subscribe. Thank you for watching my video. Bye.